Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, dear student. I hope that you all will be doing well and will be safe at your homes. I'm your English teacher. This is our first class. Before vacations, we have done with our two chapters. This is the third chapter for our final term, chapter 13, Peter Rabbit, on page number 109. Before starting the chapter, first we will have to know about some difficult words. The first word is naughty. Naughty means not willing to obey. Any person who does not follow the rules and does not listen to the instruction of others, that person is called naughty. Thief, a person who steals something from a person or place. Thief is basically a person who take things without permission. Cucumber frame, a frame usually covered in glass on which cucumber plants are grown. Cucumber frame is a type of a frame on which we grow the cucumber plants. Cucumber is basically a vegetable which we called kira. We use it in a salad. Dose, amount of medicine. When the doctor gave us the medicine, he told us that you have to take one tablet at a night and one or morning, etc. This is called dose. Dreadfully mean very extremely. Gooseberry net. Gooseberry is a fruit name, and gooseberry net is basically a covering the plants to stop animals from eating them. It is basically a cover that people put on a plants to protect them from the animals. Rake, a garden tool. Rake is a type of a tool which is used in the garden. Sandbank. Sandbank is a hill made of sand. Sieve. Sieve, a metal utensil used for sifting. Sieve is basically known as chalni in Urdu, which is used for sifting the things. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits. This story is about the rabbits. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. These are 4 rabbits. They are siblings. They lived with their mother in a sandbank. These 4 rabbits were living with their mother underneath the root of a very big fir tree. There was a very big tree, and the tree was fir tree. Fir tree is basically called Sanobar ka darakh in Urdu. This was a tree, and underneath the roots of this tree, the rabbits were living with their mom. Now, my dears, said Mrs. Rabbit one morning. One day their mom said to the rabbits, I am going to buy some bread. You may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Their mom was going to the market to buy something, some bread for her children, and she warned her children that they can go into the fields for playing, but they are not allowed to go into a person's garden. The person name was Mr. McGregor's. Turn the page 1010. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little bunnies. These 3 were not naughty, and they listened to their mom's instruction. They went down the lane to gather blackberries. All these 3 bunnies just went down to gather mean jama karna, to collect blackberries. Blackberries is a fruit. But Peter was very naughty. But one of their sibling, Peter, Peter? It was very naughty. He didn't listen to his mom's instruction. He ran straight away to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed in from under the gate. This rabbit, whose name is Peter, he went straight to the garden, and this was the garden from which his mom warned them not to go. And he just went there. The gate of the garden was closed, so he just squeezed his body and went into the garden under the gate. First, he ate some lettuce and some French beans. When he went there, he ate some lettuce. Lettuce means salad ke patte, and French beans. Then he ate some radishes. After that, when he ate these things, after that he ate some radishes because it was a rabbit. Then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley. Then he was wandering here and there and searching for the parsley. Parsley means dhania. But round the end of a cucumber frame, he met Mr. McGregor. When Peter was going to cucumber frame, there he found it found that Mr. Gregor was over there. Now what happened? Mr. McGregor was on his hands and knees planting cabbages. Mr. McGregor was sitting with the help of his hands and knees, and he was planting cabbages. Cabbages is known as band gobi. It is a vegetable as well. He jumped up and ran after Peter. When Mr. McGregor saw that Peter is in his garden, so he just stood and ran after the Peter, waving a rake. Student, this thing is a rake which I was talking about, that it is a garden tool. Mr. McGregor has a rake in his hand, so he just took the rake and ran after Peter and calling him, "Stop thief, stop thief." When Peter heard this, Peter was most dreadfully frightened. Frightened means डर जाना, afraid. Peter was frightened and rushed all over the garden. Rushed, move fastly. जल्दी से और भाग के चलना. All over the garden. Now the Peter was just moving and rushing in the garden over here and there. He had forgotten the way back to the gate, but Peter was so frightened that he just forgotten the way back to the gate. He lost one of his shoe in the cabbage bed. Now, when Peter was running, he just lost his shoe in the cabbage bed. Cabbage bed is a place where the cabbages were grown. He lost the other shoe amongst the potatoes, and the other shoe that it was having in its legs, he just lost the other shoe in the potatoes. Next, page number 111. After losing them, he ran on four legs and went faster. When Peter came to know that now he has no shoes, he just ran more faster. Unfortunately, he ran into a gooseberry net. Now there was a gooseberry net, and Peter was running, and he didn't know that there is a net, so he just caught and got caught by the large buttons on his blue jacket. The buttons of his jacket were just caught in the net, and that's why the Peter was stuck over there. Mr. McGregor came up with a sieve. Now Mr. McGregor had a sieve in his hands. He tried hard to pull it on top of Peter. He just wanted to catch the Peter by any means, and he wanted to put that sieve on the top of the Peter to catch him. But Peter wriggled out just in time. Wriggle means twist his body. He left his jacket behind him. Now here in the gooseberry net, the jacket, Peter just lost his jacket and left it over there. Peter rushed into the tool shed. Peter just went or ran fastly in the tool shed where different tools of the gardens were there, and jumped into a cane. There was a cane, and Peter just jumped into that cane. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in, but it was full of water. This was a cane. It was full of water. Peter wanted to hide over here, but it was full of water. Mr. McGregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed. Mr. McGregor knew that Peter is over there somewhere, and he was just searching for Peter. Was he hiding underneath a flower pot? Mr. McGregor was thinking that maybe the Peter is below the water pot. He began to turn them over one by one. Mr. McGregor just started, and he was searching for the Peter. "I am going to find you and teach you a lesson," he called out. Mr. McGregor was very angry, and he was saying, and he was warning Mr. Peter, that "I will find you and I will teach you a lesson." Just then Peter sneezed kertyshoo. Meanwhile, at that time, Peter sneezed kertyshoo. Mr. McGregor chased Peter. After listening to this sound, Mr. McGregor chased Peter. Chased mean to go after something or someone. But just in time, Peter jumped out of a window. But here the Peter was lucky, because the Peter saw that there is a window, so he just directly jumped out of that window, and that window was very small. Only Peter was able to run through that window. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor. Mr. McGregor was a man, and he was not able to jump through that window because the size of the window was very small. And he was tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work. Mr. McGregor was very tired, and when he came to know that now Peter has gone, so he just left all things and went back to his work. Peter ran and ran till he got home. Peter was running fastly until he got its home. He did not stop. He did not look back. When he got home, he was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice soft sand on the floor. Flopped down means when we are very tired and we just lay down to take some rest. So Peter just lay down on the soft sand on the floor. He was safe in the rabbit hole. Now Peter realized that the safe place for him is just his own home. Peter was not very well during the evening. Till evening, the Peter was not feeling very well. He was getting sick. His mother put him to bed and gave him a dose of chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is a special tea, and it is chamomile tea is a special type of tea which we give to the people or a person who is not feeling well or has flu. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. Supper means dinner. They had been good rabbits. As the Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail followed the instruction of their mom, so at the at the night when they were having dinner, they ate bread and milk because they followed the instructions of their mom. Student, this story has a moral lesson. The moral lesson of the story is that we have to follow the instructions of our parents. If our parents are not allowing us for anything, that we should not do that thing. This was all about the reading and the explanation. Kindly read the chapter at your homes and learn the meanings of the difficult words. In the next class, we will do the written work. Thank you.